Oh my god, guys, like African Magic took me on a crazy cruise. The show had already ended. I didn't even know that the show had ended. I was still staring at my TV like this because the gist and the drama was just building up. Like, guys, seriously, today's gist, Ifu book brekete. So guys, if you want to hear all the juicy information that was spilled today on the Big Brother Naija Pepper Dem Gang reunion day 2, watch till the end of this video because trust me, you don't want to miss anything out of all that I'm going to be sharing. Without much ado, let's jump into the video like right now. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bbnaija and this is Frankly Speaking with Glory. So today is the day 2 of the Big Brother Naija Pepper Dem Gang reunion show, and guys, a lot of juicy details was actually spilled, but the drama has not really started because these people are just building up. They are taking their time, small. But I was actually really disappointed though, because yesterday African Magic aired the show for a complete 1 hour, you know, so I was actually expecting that today's show was going to run into another full 1 hour, but no, the show only lasted for I think 33 minutes or 35 minutes, and that was why I was still starstruck after the show ended. Anyways guys, on today's episode, right, about 8 housemates were allowed into the studio. I mentioned that yesterday, that in order for African Magic to adhere to the guidelines of the federal government about social distancing, right, so they could not bring all 25 or 26 housemates into the studio. So we had Tacha, Mercy, Frodd, VENITA, OMOSHOla, Seyi, Jackye and Esther in the studio together with Ebuka. So guys, this is how it all started. Ebuka asked all the housemates to pick up the board that was beside them, and then they should write and rate their performance according to how they feel like they performed in the 2019 Big Brother Naija Pepper Dem Gang show season 4. And everybody wrote what they wanted to write. Some people wrote Tacha, some people wrote Atarodo, VENITA wrote VENITA Rodo, Mercy wrote I think Tacha, some people wrote Cameroon Pepper, you know, Tacha wrote Tacha, you know. And it was really funny because Ebuka was just laughing, and then he asked Omashola, like, why did you call yourself Tacha? Do you think Tacha is hotter than any other kind of pepper? And Omashola went on to explain that Tacha is hot, but it has its own kind of hotness. When you put it in your mouth, you do not know that it is hot. Now small I go till they burn you, you know. I found that really smart because somehow I found out that a lot of housemates in the house, they actually acted like Tacha pepper on the show, you know, which was actually quite interesting. And then Ebuka also asked all the housemates to share their audition experience. Some of the housemates said that it was really hectic, some said it was really stressful, and then he went ahead to ask Mercy, you know, what her audition experience was like, and Mercy shared that she auditioned 4 times. Ebuka asked her why she auditioned 4 times, and she said that she knew, she had always had this feeling that her breakthrough was going to come from, you know, either Big Brother Naija or Big Brother Africa. So that was why she kept on going, and true to her belief, true to her faith, she won this this last season of Big Brother Naija. And then Ebuka also asked Tacha, you know, to share her audition story. You know, Ebuka also mentioned that, you know, before Tacha got into the house, she had already started going viral and trending on social media. Remember guys, before Tacha entered Biggie's house, there was a viral video going around of people who saw her wearing slippers during the audition in Enugu, and they were calling her Instagram prostitute, you know. So Tacha went on to explain that for her, she felt really happy that, you know, that video happened, because the girl who actually, you know, made that video go viral, insulting her in the video, the girl actually didn't get into the house. So she felt really happy that she was in the house and the girl was at home watching her for 3 months. I said, okay, that's a good one. And Ebuka also asked the housemates how they felt, you know, about the entire misconception that people have about getting into Biggie's house, because a lot of people actually feel like you need to have a sponsor, you need to know somebody in multi-choice or in African Magic company before you are able to have a place in Biggie's house. And all the housemates explained that no, it's not so. So he specifically asked Frodd what Frodd thought, and Frodd said that his advice to anybody that's actually looking at entering this season 5's show, they just have to be prepared, and you must have faith. You cannot completely think that you have a sponsor. If you think you have a sponsor, sometimes it might not just work well for you. And also, guys, Ebuka asked Seyi what he felt about his family history. So he was asking him if it was a blessing or a burden for him, and he also reminded Seyi that, look, when you were inside the house, you were always bragging and telling people, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? I am Awolowo's son. I am a king. Because guys, literally, that was what Seyi was doing inside the house. Seyi was a braggy sport rat in the house. At some point, I just didn't like his personality. I felt like, was this guy acting up, or was he just basically doing it for the cameras, And Seyi had to admit that it was actually a blessing and a burden for him, because at some point, it worked out in a way that people were able to recognize that, okay, this is Awolowo's grandson in the house, coming to show all his skills and all his talents. And on the other hand, it was a curse for him, because at some moments when he's supposed to react to certain situations, he couldn't really overreact. But guys, Seyi actually overreacted a lot in Biggie's house, let me not even lie. So that was Seyi's response. He said that his history, his background as being Awolowo's grandson was more of a blessing and a burden for him. So Ebuka asked the housemates which housemates they felt had no business whatsoever being in Biggie's house. Now remember, guys, I did a lot of reviews during the Bbnaija 2019 Pepper Dem Gang show. I have a whole playlist of over 100 videos on all that happened during the show, So I really explained a lot of times that, look, there are some housemates that are very, very subdued. There are some housemates that had no business whatsoever, being in the house, And one person, for instance, for me, that I felt like was just too subdued, and the person was actually hiding in the house, was Diane and also Jackye, And true to my words, most of the housemates, they mentioned Esther, they mentioned Thelma, they mentioned Jackye, Diane, Cindy, and Diane again. So Seyi mentioned Diane and Jackye, Esther mentioned Thelma. So Ebuka, now being the troublemaker that he is, he now went and go and ask Thelma, because people like Thelma, Diane, and Nelson, they were actually on the show on Zoom. They joined the show on Zoom from home. Remember, I told you guys yesterday that some of the housemates were going to be joining the show from Zoom, from wherever they are around the world. So Ebuka, troublemaker, he called Thelma, and he asked Thelma on Zoom that, Thelma, Esther said that you are one of those housemates that she felt had no business being in Biggie's house. And Thelma fired back at Esther that it is Esther that had no business being in that house, And Ebuka asked her what she felt was her opinion, and Thelma said that, look, she actually felt like every housemate had a reason, for being inside the house, and no housemate has any right to say that this housemate or the other shouldn't have been inside the house. And Ebuka went ahead to ask I think Seyi that why would he say that Diane had no business being in the house. And Seyi said that, oh, he did not mean it that way, that what he actually meant was that the Diane that he knows outside the house is more fiery and feisty than the Diane that he knew inside the house. That if Diane, the way she's acting all confident and all of that outside the house, if she was that way inside the house, then she would have told Mercy that, hey, Diane is somebody that is a threat to you, But Diane was very, very under the radar. She wasn't really coming out of her shell, She was most of the time seen hiding, playing it all cool, like she didn't want to cause any trouble for anybody. So guys, the pepper is building up small, and it's obvious that Ebuka is clearly asking the housemates some provocative questions that will make them talk. Ebuka wants these housemates to spill. He is seriously pressing their buttons, guys, and trust me, I have a very strong feeling that by tomorrow, that is day 3 of this show, people will start busting each other's head. Anyways, guys, that's just my own prediction. In continuation, guys, Ebuka now focused on Jackye and asked Jackye that, look, most of the housemates said they felt like you had no business being in the house because you were always sleeping, hiding, not really getting yourself involved in a lot of things like that, or entertainment. And Ebuka asked her, Jackye, do you think you were subdued? And Jackye said no, that she was actually playing her own cards and she was not subdued. She was acting as the tech queen. She wasn't actually gunning for the winning prize, you know. She was just basically doing what she wanted people to see her to do. But guys, I beg to differ. I do not think Jackye was not gunning for the winning prize, because from what I saw, whenever there was a competition, whenever there was a game in the house, Jackye was always very, very ambitious. She was always gunning to win. So in my own opinion, Jackye was definitely gunning to win the money, and she thought that playing the goody girl was definitely going to keep her and sustain her in the house. But then what she did not know was that, hey, Nigerians can be crazy. They actually want people that are actually crazy and mad to be in that house. So guys, okay, so Ebuka asked Tacha, what are the characteristics that you will consider, you know, for any individual that wants to audition for Bbnaija? So Ebuka actually rapped a joke, you know, reminding Tacha of the Tacha thing, you know. Remember in the house, while they were still in the house, Ebuka had asked Tacha what are the characteristics of a winner, and Tacha said it's Tacha, you know. So Ebuka asked her once again, and Tacha responded that she would be looking out for someone that's confident, someone that has looks, of course, and someone that's very, very vocal and outspoken. So Ebuka further asked her that who does she think exuded all these characteristics in the house, and Tacha said that she felt VENITA exuded it. But Auntie VENITA wanted to start bringing fire and brimstone all because of that response, and then she was like, I will consider myself as someone that is qualified to be in Biggie's house, blah blah blah, as a confident person. And then she went ahead to talk about, what I have on my face does not represent what I've gone through. I represent a woman who is married, that has kids, who is unmarried, blah blah blah. She said a lot of things, and I'm like, okay, this lady is actually sounding very, very reasonable and mature on this reunion day too. Let's see if she's going to maintain her sanity for the rest of the days that will follow, because already prior to this reunion show, VENITA had joined forces with Mercy to fight against Tacha and Khafi. So guys, let us watch out. Is she pretending to be all cool, or is she reserving a drama for Khafi, Gedoni and Tacha? Let's watch out for VENITA. So guys, Ebuka also asked Tacha again that a lot of people actually compared her to T-Boss and Sisi, because remember guys, when Tacha was inside the house, a lot of people were speculating that Tacha was trying to act like T-Boss and Sisi, that Tacha was actually playing a script. So Ebuka asked Tacha that how did she feel about all of those comparisons, how did she feel about all those things, nasty things that were said about her. And Tacha was like, hey, that she hasn't seen all the videos, or that she has been so busy and she doesn't actually think that she was playing any script, that she was playing herself, she was being herself, that anybody that knew Tacha before Big Brother Naija 2019, they will know that the same Tacha that is in real life is the same Tacha that went into the house. But then guys, there's something that was just baffling me, that why is it that all those housemates, when you're trying to explain something, they always go on to say, oh, all those videos people were posting about me, I have not seen it. Previous Big Brother Naija show, I did not watch it. You know, it's like everybody's trying to form, I have been too busy to be even concerned. And these are the same people that after the show, they were fully active on social media, responding back to their enemies or frenemies, you know, talking about videos, giving statements, you know, everybody was all active. And now they are on the reunion show, and Ebuka is asking them questions, and these people are acting like, hey, I have not seen the videos or even tweets or comments about what people said about me, you know. Anyways, Ebuka is laughing the way I am laughing. We are laughing because we know that Ebuka has a lot up his sleeves. Ebuka is definitely gonna ask these housemates extremely provocative questions in the next following days to come, and I am sure that the questions that Ebuka is going to ask this housemates, hey, it's going to trigger up a lot of madness, it's going to open up a can of worms, it's going to make a lot of people angry, it's going to put a lot of pepper in people's eyes. But let's just see how it is. Now, this is a question that Ebuka asked that seems like is going to be the reason for the drama in tomorrow's episode, that's in day 3. Ebuka asked that which housemate did the most in the house for highlights, and most of the housemates, they said they voted Tacha, Mercy, Omashola, and VENITA. Now, Ebuka went further to ask Omashola that what was it about the worry that he was always shouting in the house. Why was he always shouting worry? You know, that a lot of people were actually comparing him to FA, the winner of the last of the third season of Bbnaija. You know, and Omashola was like, well, for a fact, he had no idea what Efe's characteristics was because he never watched the show. You know, he also went further to explain that he has never watched Bbnaija until after the one he featured in ended, that's season 4. He also went further to explain that, look, whatever anybody did, it doesn't feel like people were actually doing it for the cameras, because come on, at some point you get used to the cameras, but then this is Bbnaija show. Biggie put you into the house for a reason. He put you into the house to entertain his audience, you know. So you cannot be in the house sleeping and watching football. On a normal day, you will be in your house, you are chilling on your couch, you're watching football. But come on, Biggie put you in the house to actually entertain his audience. So you have to do something, you know, to actually entertain people. So according to Omashola, everybody was actually doing everything for the highlights to remain in the house. Otherwise, if you're boring, they would actually evict you from the house. You won't even see the next week of the show. And Ebuka was liking Omashola's comment because according to him, Omashola is literally speaking his mind. Omashola is beginning to speak the truth. And he also asked VENITA what VENITA thought about the highlight thingy, and VENITA was saying that, oh, she doesn't see, she felt like some people were doing too much. She felt like some people had no reason whatsoever even mentioning highlights because they weren't even giving any highlights at all, you know. And then Ebuka also asked Mercy that, come, what's up? And Mercy went for that to say that, oh, that if she coughs, it's highlight, and anything she does, it's highlight. So she is the queen of highlights. She was doing what she had to do in the house. And Omashola made a striking point though, that Frodd was that one person that kept on reminding people in the house that, look, you have to do this thing, you know, because the cameras are watching, people need to actually see you in action and all of that. So Omashola said that Frodd is actually the one that people pay for highlights. I say, wow, secrets are beginning to be spilled on this show. Okay, we shall see. Anyways, guys, basically these were most of the questions that Ebuka asked all the housemates on the show. Not all of the housemates anyways. I mentioned that there was about 8 housemates on the show today, and that was what they talked about. But I believe that today's show is just like a build-up for the more drama that's going to come out tomorrow. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see how it goes, guys. If you enjoyed this gist, guys, stay tuned to my channel. I'm going to be giving you guys more gist about the Bbnaija Pepper Dem Gang reunion tomorrow. Basically, guys, that's all for this particular episode of Frankly Speaking with Glory. I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.